All right, let's do this thing. Welcome back to today's video. I'm pretty excited about today's poem. If you're new, I'm Makayla, and this week, in honor of Valentine's Day, I'm sharing with you a poem a day that I have written either about love, heartbreak, one of my relationships, just a love-themed poem of my past that I have decided to share with you guys every day this week. If you're new, I definitely recommend watching yesterday and the day before, and I think the day before's videos too, just so that you are caught up. They're all fairly short, but if you enjoy writing or listening to other people's writing, or just want to look into my past a little bit more, I definitely recommend watching those videos. Today's poem is one that I have been wanting to share with you guys regardless of whether or not I would do these videos this week for Valentine's Day. It's one of those poems that I just knew at some point on this channel I wanted to recite this poem for you and kind of share my thoughts, because as unique to my own experience as it was, I feel like this idea or observation is fairly relatable in relationships. It's just something that I noticed and went through and want to share with you. A little bit of background on this poem. I wrote it maybe a year ago. It's more so something I wrote to process my feelings, which I've kind of been explaining in these videos, that for me, writing is super therapeutic and it helps me kind of process emotions and help me understand what I'm going through. It's just something that has always helped me. So when I experiencing these odd emotions, I kind of just wrote down my thoughts and poof, out came this poem. Before we get started, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe. We really are like one big family with lots of love to go around. It's never too late to join. Also, don't forget to click the bell because this notifies you every time I upload a new video, and I always shout out the first comment on my social media, so be sure to be following me on that as well. Also, you don't want to miss tomorrow's video, which is going to be the final poem that I share with you in honor of Valentine's Day this week, and that one is, whew, it's like my proudest piece, something that's really vulnerable and something that I am so excited to share with you. But before we can talk about that poem, we need to get into today's poem. I have it on my laptop as always. So I have the copy that I used for my workshop during my capstone or senior thesis in undergraduate last year. I'm sure a handful of you know that I majored with a degree in English and creative writing, so big focus on writing. This is one of those poems that were in my workshop for my thesis. Today I'm going to share with you the final revision that I came up with. As you can tell from the title, it's called Branding. Branding. I started to notice how he looked at passing women, like they were cars a child watched from the backseat window, or a commercial playing in the background on a Sunday morning. Perhaps unaware that his eyes followed them, down the street we drove on, the bar we sat upon, even the friends he introduced me to as friends. I started to stare at his pupils, growing in size, as the woman walking grew smaller in steps. I wanted him to feel my eyes the way I feel his, pressed upon the back and ass of another girl. I wanted him to see that I see him seeing them, and stop. I started to notice the way he looked at passing women. Like they may not be women, may not be beautiful, like maybe I wouldn't notice if he stared so blandly. But all I could see was the shift of his eyes go from their hair bounce off their shoulders to the logo of their jeans pressed above the back pocket, and I knew he didn't care about the brand. Yeah, I remember feeling all of that for sure. I hope you liked it and enjoyed that little twist on the word branding. And let me know if you relate to that, because it's something that I noticed with men in the past, and I was never really quite sure what his intentions were. When I brought this up to him, he was always like, oh, I just, like, anytime I see something move, I have to look at it. Excuses, excuses, right? That is the poem that I'm sharing with you today. A little bit shorter, I know, but still something that I worked really hard on, and I hope that you appreciate that. Stick around for tomorrow's poem because I think it's one of my proudest pieces ever, and it's very vulnerable and something that I think had always lived inside of me, and I just needed to feel the emotions to carve it out, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm just the messenger and the poem already exists inside my mind, and I just go into this trance of typing, and then suddenly it's just like boom, it's there and I know it's complete. But that is another story for another day, aka tomorrow. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow with the last poem that I'm sharing with you this week. I cannot believe how fast that went by. Thank you to everyone that has been watching these videos. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to bring some real authenticity and genuine passion into my channel and make sure that I stay true to myself and be fearless with what I share with you, and I definitely see that in these videos that I'm making this week. So I hope that you enjoy and stick around. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!